another time. But let's talk about communication that sticks. And I'll tell you another story. Not that long ago, I got a call from a client of mine, and he calls me up, "Doug, I'm firing everyone." Okay, well, tell me a little bit more about that. He had 14 people on his team. And he had the team was doing things that he just wanted them to raise the bar a little bit. So he had some distinctive ideas on what he wanted them to do. So he carefully crafted his words, and he gathered the team together, and he started to talk with them about what he had observed and what he was looking for. And while he was talking with them, there was eye contact, and there were heads that were nodding. And he kept talking, and they were listening, and they were just locked in on what he was saying, right? And for the next 2 days, what do you think happened? Right? What happened over the next 2 days? They did exactly what he was looking for. It was beautiful. He felt like me after Christmas. It was really, really good, right? He enjoyed it. He had to go on a business trip. He was gone for about 2 weeks. He came back at the end of that 2 weeks. What do you think they were doing? Exactly what they were before, right? That's when he called me. "I'm getting rid of everyone." So I said, "Well, wait a minute. I said, tell me how you reinforce your message." I said, what did you talk with them again afterwards? He says, "Doug, you're not listening." He said, "There was eye contact. They were nodding their heads. They were with me." I said, "Yeah, I know, but then you sent out a communique to somewhere." I said, "Doug, you're not hearing me. There was eye contact. They were nodding, right? Right? What did he not do? He didn't make his message stick. He didn't make it stick." Well, how do we do that? How we do that, first off, we can look at some information. This is from Dale's Code of Experience, and what we read, hear, and experience, right? What we read, hear, and experience. Typically, we remember about 10 to 30% of what we read. 10 to 30%. About 20% of what we hear. Here we are, smart people, a bunch of smart people. 20% maximum are we going to remember of what we hear, right? And then 70% of what we experience. So, for instance, if we want 100% of a verbal message, and so many messages are sent verbally, aren't they? We talk about them, we craft our words, we think about our words, but yet 20%, not more than that, is going to stick. So, how many times do we need to repeat that? Well, about 5 times. About 5 times. I call this power of 5. Right? Power of 5. It might be power of 10 or power of 15 or whatever, but at least 5 times. In other words, if we want our message to have stickability, think about repeating that message. Okay? Think about repeating that message. There have been different political messages throughout the years that have been relayed, and the reason that those had stickability with a particular community or with a state, region, or the nation is because they were repeated, some of them ad nauseam. But it added to the stickability, particularly if it's crafted in a compelling way. All right, so those important messages, go ahead and repeat those.